This summer, you've probably seen a bald, tattooed hairline, 33-year-old man on social media causing absolute mayhem everywhere he went. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Fouseytube, and this type of behavior is pretty common for him. He's been frequently seen with Adin and Sneako, two other controversial streamers, and the views have been insane. However, all the drama and craziness that followed him suddenly came to a stop after he swatted himself and was placed in a mental hospital as a result. But believe it or not, he was a king during his peak on YouTube. 500 million views in 2015 alone, and over $200,000 every single month. He was living a life that most people can only dream of. Unfortunately, as the years went on, Fousey fell out of the spotlight and his views started to decline. Fast forward to 2023, and now he's internet famous again as an IRL live streamer, broadcasting pretty much every waking moment of his life on camera. Yes, the streams have blown up, but in the process he's become corrupted and poisoned by all the attention he's getting. He went from a guy that people were rooting for, especially because he was an OG YouTuber, to being labeled as an ass and douchebag with no self-respect. So I guess the real question is, how did we get to this point? Erratic, aka Fouseytube, rose to fame in May 2013 when he started uploading prank videos. Before that, he made comedy skits focused on Middle Eastern stereotypes, but after 2 years, transitioned to filming pranks when he realized there was a ceiling to his audience and he needed to make content which would appeal to everyone and anyone on YouTube. Now I know what you're thinking, prank videos aren't funny, everyone knows they're fake. While that might be true today, prank videos were somewhat of a fresh idea back in 2013. Just by looking at his channel, you can tell how well these videos did. Spider-Man in real life prank, 173 million views.
Reporting live from the Daily Bugle. Spider-Man versus Venom. Get him, React! Get him! Oh! Get him! Oh!
Mortal Kombat elevator prank, 133 million views.
Final round.
Hey, bro, you scared the shit out of me.
And happy ending massage prank, 122 million views. Fousey was dominating YouTube, and it wasn't long before he would reach the massive 10 million subscribers milestone. Fousey was on top of the world, however the empire he built would soon be crumbling down. After posting his Try Not to Laugh challenge with Kevin Hart in October 2016,
And we are going to do the Try Not to Laugh challenge.
Fousey would disappear from YouTube for 7 months. A big reason for this was to take a step back and focus on his personal life and mental health.
I was missing love, self-love, self-respect, self-worth. Everything that I needed as a person was missing.
Another factor for his disappearance may have been that prank videos were just no longer dominating YouTube like in previous years. It also didn't help that he was called out for producing fake pranks either. The genre and his reputation were dying, and therefore Fouseytube's views were slowing down rapidly. He went from averaging at least 5 million views per video before his 7th month break to between 200,000 and 1 million after his return. These days, he's struggling to even crack 50,000 views in a video. Behind the scenes, his mental health was declining, and having the added pressure of trying to get back to the top of the YouTube mountain but having no success was only making his mental health worse.
I had hit rock bottom. I started hating myself. Everyone started hating me. I had quit YouTube. I stopped taking pictures with people in the street because I didn't want to look at the reflection of who I was because I hated myself.
In July 2018, all the negative, different emotions bottled up inside Fousey would come to the surface during an event he was hosting that he would also claim to be the next Coachella, called Hate Dies, Love Arrives. As you can imagine, he was completely wrong. The entire concert was thrown together in 7 days, and Fousey made the mistake of lying to fans that the artists like Snoop Dogg and Drake would perform at the event. To put it short, it was an absolute disaster. Before the show started, some idiot called in a bomb threat. No actual device was found, but just to be safe, police determined the venue should be evacuated. Rather than go home, Fousey went to a nearby parking lot with 1,500 people and completely embarrassed himself.
I'm about to give a speech for the people that was delivered to me from God.
Obviously, he was struggling mentally and going through some sort of episode. Fans expressed their concerns and asked him to seek professional help. After all, he did claim to have bipolar disorder.
I have bipolar and depression. That what you put into my head made me want to kill myself!
That brings us to 2023, where Fousey is going harder than ever to be on top again. Not with YouTube, but with streaming. In the beginning, Fousey's streams were about helping homeless people and getting them back on their feet. But then, he did a complete 180. His streams became more wild, outrageous, and controversial.
You sound like a too!
See what I mean? Mans is doing his best Will Smith impression. If you couldn't tell what's going on, Fousey was called a beta by Jack, the guy who got slapped, and Fousey took offense to it, thus leading to this altercation. For those who don't know, a beta is defined as a man that lacks masculine energy and adopts feminine characteristics. Here's a video where he fires his entire team just for texting him.
Yo, Nadim, fire everybody. I want a new editing team. Actually, the editors didn't text me. They're fine. Fire everybody. Everybody. If they're on payroll, fire them. They don't get a 2-week notice. They don't get a severance package. They don't get a recommendation to any other businesses or anything.
Obviously, all the clout has only inflated his ego to the point that he feels like he can do and say whatever he wants with no repercussions. His manic behavior during his live streams only intensified after some of his fans turned on him after he allegedly took advantage of a very drunk woman at an airport. She told him she was a victim of human trafficking in the past. How did Fousey respond? By allegedly having sex with her in the airport bathroom. To make it worse, he came back on stream after 20 minutes all happy and excited and bragged about how he just joined the Mile High Club, even though it wasn't really the Mile High Club because they were still at the airport.
And I know it doesn't count as the Mile High Club because I was in the airport, but I still joined it. I swear to God. I swear on everything I love.
He was so pleased with himself. However, most of his fans didn't think that was cool. They thought it was extremely messed up to take advantage of a woman who was very traumatized from a serious situation and super wasted. Once he saw the negative responses, he very quickly tried to play it off as a joke. Unfortunately for Fousey, his audience wasn't buying it, and that's when he began to feel guilty. He started crying and having a mental breakdown before abruptly ending the stream.
But the girl was sex trafficked, man, and I feel guilty about that. Because I used to mess with girls who were sex trafficked. And the fact that she was one of them makes me feel like absolute shit, dog. After
a huge wave of backlash, he was banned on Twitch, but announced he would soon be streaming with Cake. However, things would only continue to get worse for him. On August 23rd, 2023, Fousey was arrested in his hotel room. Why? Well, he had been dealing with a troll all day who was making threats against his family.
There's a gun to my head right now. There's a gun to my head. Help, ma'am, he left. Ma'am, he left. There's a gun to my head. Help, get them. Help, bye. Ma'am, Intercontinental, what's my room number? Help, tell me. 2027.
Fousey believed this troll was now controlling every aspect of his life, and it was only pushing him further and further to the edge. So, after calling the cops, they eventually showed up to Fousey's hotel room. However, it didn't go exactly as Fousey planned.
If you don't know where I have his address. What is his address? I said grab my security 20 minutes ago. I'm suing all y'all. My life is in danger and you arrest a Palestinian Muslim who's viral? Are y'all dumb or are you stupid? Do you like your job?
I'm gonna sue you. You're arresting a Palestinian Muslim who is viral. Man, Fousey, just stay off the internet. The level of yelling is so unbelievably concerning. Always screaming. Eventually, he was detained and taken to a nearby hospital for a mental health evaluation. It was clear he needed professional help. It's a shame it had to go down like that, but beggars can't be choosers. Almost a full week later, Fousey gave his fans an update from the hospital.
I got fouled out. That's all it is. I'll be back. Y'all know that. Season 2 on the way. We champions now. Let's get it. G7, baby.
Sadly, the internet is a cancer and enables the behavior you've seen from Fousey and countless others. The more Fousey gets out of control, the more clout and money he's making, and vice versa. Sure, it's all entertaining, and his 12-day 24/7 subathon might go down as one of the greatest ever runs in streaming history. But is it worth it at the cost of his mental health? I don't think so. Streaming every moment of your life on a regular basis isn't healthy, and I can't imagine what it's like reading people's comments about everything you say or do all day long. It wasn't that long ago when Fousey was a likable person who people rooted for. Unfortunately, when he found success again online, his personality changed for the worse. He's been labeled as narcissistic, an egomaniac, and emotionally abusive. He's a danger to himself and others. The people he surrounds himself with are just a bunch of yes men who don't really have his best interests at heart. They're just out for themselves. Also, a lot of his fans love the content so much that they don't want Fousey to take his meds so that his streams can be this crazy forever. That's pretty messed up. As we've talked about already, Fousey has been very open and honest in the past about his mental health struggles. Hopefully, Fousey can get the help he needs and come back mentally better and stronger than ever. But if he doesn't, he'll continue to do more harm to himself than good, and nobody wants to see that happen.